Just when you thought Marvel Netflix was getting ready to say bye-bye, they come back and remind us just how damn good they can be. Let's get started. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hey everybody, welcome to Thumb Together TV. Today we're going to be talking about Daredevil Season 3 together. My name is Andrew Fantasia, and as usual, if you enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and give some love to that subscribe button as well. Daredevil is pretty much the only reason people watch Marvel Netflix these days. At least I think. It seems to me like Jessica Jones, people can take or leave. Luke Cage, people take or leave. Iron Fist, people take or leave. But it seems very unanimous that everybody's all up on Daredevil. Everybody's liking the Daredevil groove. And even though I have enjoyed every other show, I gotta agree, none of them reach the peaks that Daredevil manages to reach. And in 3 seasons, its track record is still better than all the other shows. Now, this has been a long, long wait. Daredevil Season 2, okay, all that cool stuff with the Punisher and Elektra, remember all that stuff? Daredevil Season 2 was over 2 years ago. That was March 2016. Isn't that crazy? Over 2.5 years ago. I feel like that Punisher stuff was just like last month. But nope. So is Daredevil Season 3 worth such a long wait? Well, according to this man right here, absolutely. In fact, according to this man right here, Daredevil Season 3 is the best season of Marvel Netflix television. Oh yeah. My biggest concern, and a lot of people's biggest concerns with the Marvel Netflix shows, has been their pacing. They're just too long. They drag out. And when Iron Fist Season 2 came out and it only had 10 episodes to its name, I was like, this is beautiful. Thank you. Keep doing this. Shorten it. You don't need to be 13 all the time. There's your answer to the problem. Then this came out and it was back to 13. And I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be bad. And you know what? It wasn't bad at all. Those pacing issues, completely non-existent here. The story never felt like it was dragging its feet. It never felt like it was going to end, but then there was more. It just felt like it was telling a story from beginning, middle, and end, and it hit all the right beats. And by episode 13, normally with Marvel Netflix, by episode 13, I'm just exhausted, and I'm like, okay, can we wrap this up? Here, by episode 13, I was like, no, don't end yet, I need more, and it ends. That's how you make a good show, kids. That's the way to do it, okay? Now, I may be biased here, but as far as I'm concerned, the greatest comic book character of all time is Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, and he makes his comeback in Season 3. Again, we only saw him last in Season 2 in a couple of little cameos, so we haven't seen him in over 2.5 years, and we haven't seen him out of prison as Kingpin doing crimes in over 3 years. That's insanity. But Wilson Fisk is back in action, back as the main villain, doing what he's good at, and guess what? He's finally wearing the white suit. I can't tell you how eagerly I've been waiting to see a live-action Kingpin in the white suit. I mean, when the Daredevil Ben Affleck movie came out, Michael Clark Duncan, I love the guy, and I was like, yeah, I can dig him being Kingpin. But he didn't have the white suit. He had like a lilac suit or something like it. It just was not right. The wardrobe was not right. And that movie was, let's face it, kind of caca to begin with. So then this Netflix show comes out over 3 years ago. And here comes Wilson Fisk, played by Vincent D'Onofrio, and he looks just like him. And I'm really excited. And he wears black. And I was like, okay. So they're making us earn the white suit. Just like they're making us earn Daredevil's red suit. I can dig that. So then Daredevil Season 2 comes out. Kingpin's barely in it. He's in prison. He's wearing orange. He's got the orange prison attire. He's not wearing any suits. So I was like, okay, we're still earning it. Finally, 2.5 years after that, Kingpin saunters onto screen. Again, he spends the first half of the season in his prison garb. And then when he finally busts loose, we've got ourselves a man in a white suit. I am so happy that my favorite comic book character of all time is finally on screen the way that I know him. That literally, like, that's it. I'm good. If they never make another comic book movie or TV show again, I'm good. I'm fine because I got Kingpin in the white suit. I actually found this image of the costume designers putting together some concepts. And these look really cool. We never got anything quite like this on the actual show. The show's wardrobe was a bit more simple and muted. But this one, like the one on the left, looks like it's pulled straight out of the comics. And the one on the right is pulled straight out of the Spider-Man animated series. So I really would have liked to see that one. But who knows, maybe season 4? Maybe. I'm not going to spoil anything in this review, but I will say that if you've been anxious to see the villain Bullseye in Daredevil, your prayers have been answered. But their take on Bullseye is a little bit different than what you might be expecting, especially if you're used to Colin Farrell. Try to get unused to Colin Farrell. Finally, there's just the overall aesthetic of the show. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Every shot of season 3 has just top-tier looking cinematography. The color scheme is great. It tends to stick to the classic Daredevil comic color scheme of red, black, and white. And you see that all throughout the show. You see red, black, and white everywhere. And it looks so damn good. Speaking of red, some people might be a little turned off, and I can understand why, by the fact that Daredevil in this season is never in his red costume. Not even once. Instead, he wears his traditional black costume from season 1 with like a really thick bunch of Muay Thai ropes tied around both of his fists. And it looks cool, but we all do miss the red suit. And the red suit is in the show. It's just never worn by Daredevil. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So if you were like me and you were really looking forward to Wilson Fisk in the white suit, but you were also really looking forward to seeing Daredevil in the red suit beating up Wilson Fisk in the white suit, you might have to wait a little bit longer for that. I'm sorry. But on the subject of fighting, it has become tradition at this point, as far as Daredevil is concerned, to have one fight per season in which everything takes place in a single shot. In season 1, when we first saw that fight, I think it was in episode 2 or something, everybody's minds were blown. That's all anybody was talking about that weekend. In season 2, we got a similar fight, except this time they twisted it up and they put Punisher in the mix. Now for season 3, I was like, how are they going to top those fights? All I'm going to say is, they top those fights, baby. The one-shot fight in season 3 is probably the most impressive and longest single-take scene I've ever seen put to film in my life. I'm a big fan of oneers. They just tickle every funny bone I have. They make me giddy. I love oneers. They're beautiful. But this one was just leagues ahead. Like, this is off the charts. Whoever directed that episode, somebody give them an award. I don't know. There's no Netflix awards, but somebody needs to give that person an award. All the people involved need an award because that was beautiful. And now again, it leaves me with that same question. If there's a season 4, how the hell do you top that? Because that was a long scene, kids. You could like make a sandwich and then eat the sandwich and wash the dishes and the scene would still be going. But overall, all of these wonderful, wonderful little pieces add up to a season of television that is just beautiful. It is the typical Daredevil story that I think we're all familiar with Kingpin and Bullseye and fighting in churches. There's lots of church action in this. And Daredevil has always been associated with churches. A lot of his most climactic stories take place in a church. Even the Ben Affleck movie set the climax in a church because it's so iconic to who Daredevil is. So while season 1 felt like a legal drama and season 2 felt like a ninja story, season 3 feels like a Daredevil story. And that to me makes it just a cut above the rest. As much as I love seasons 1 and 2, they got nothing on Daredevil season 3, boy. I don't know if we'll ever get season 4. Is it going to be canceled like the other shows? Are we going to have to wait 3 years again like we did? I don't know. But if we do, there's so much more room to play. I just want this to be the gold standard for how Marvel Netflix shows operate in the future. And so all those Marvel shows that are going to be happening on Disney's streaming service, take note. As Montel Jordan said, this is how we do it. But that has been Daredevil Season 3. I absolutely adored it. I think it's a masterpiece, but tell me what you think. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Andrew Fantasia. I will see you here next time, and until then, adios.